Hello guys, I don't particularly like asking people to do this, but could you like and subscribe and even leave a comment on how you feel about this video? It helps me out a lot and lets YouTube know that I'm worth watching. Thank you, now let's get into the video. So I'm having speculation come up about this YouTuber called Supermat. If you aren't, or if you are aware of him, then you'll probably know what his content is and what he does. Now for me, I don't know how much about him, but there's a lot of people who have something to say against him, which you could argue that, well, they are just haters, except everyone who has an issue with him are all upset because of relatively the same reasons. I'm not telling you guys to believe any of this, by the way. You can, believe what you want. I'm not telling you guys to believe anything you hear or see in this video because this could be false information and could be wasting my time. But I want to shed light on this situation because some of the actions that this YouTuber has taken, from what I've heard, is rather questionable. Banning people and controlling his chat by manipulatively saying that they aren't allowed to watch specific streamers just because of something he didn't like, and supposedly there's this agreement that he has made with other content creators which states that any viewers that Supermat has aren't allowed to go into. I personally went into his chat on an alt and decided to start an argument just to see how he'd react. And from what I saw, he went after me with low blows, talking about how I looked old and just trying to immediately insult me when I was just simply discussing a topic about an incident with a younger individual who I claimed his age was 8, and him making a big deal about how I exposed a kid's age, then telling me he wasn't really 8, then telling me his age, meaning that his argument of exposing a kid is void, considering he did the same thing he said I was doing, which can make him look like a bit of a hypocrite, and gave me a red flag that he was just trying anything to get on me to make me look like I was the controlling one. Then he eventually did actually call me controlling and manipulative. I think my biggest issue with this is forcing your viewers to not be able to watch someone because you didn't like something they said to you, which I don't see how it's fair considering the viewers don't get to decide this. How is it fair to the viewers that you decide who they can and can't watch? Which, if you know anything about content creation, especially if you make family-friendly content, you have a whole community of kids that you are influencing, so you have to take this from a standpoint of being a kid. Imagine being a follower of Supermat, and because you went to watch someone he doesn't like one time, you get banned to never see him again. I can imagine that feeling a sense of discouragement. From what I've also heard, it shouldn't be fair to make your viewers choose who they watch. It's a show of deception and controlling your viewership. It influences kids that they can't make their own decisions. From someone who's a family-friendly streamer, I don't see how you can have this set agenda on someone just because you don't like a specific individual. It shows that you are petty and immature. Something I also noticed is he had his viewers come to my chat and tell me not to make this video. But if you have nothing to hide, then why would you have your community come into my chat and tell me what to do on my own channel? It gives a bad look on the content creators and shows he's influenced his viewers to be controlling.
I'm probably going to say my first question being, what have your experiences been with Superman? How did you come up with him, and what has he done to you personally?
So this was 2024, July 3rd, and I was just scrolling on YouTube, and then I found this YouTuber, and I just stayed to because I just stayed and watched the show. Okay, I saw he was live. I joined his live. He was doing Fortnite, and I was like, okay. So then I played with him. I added him, and then he said he streams every day. So I was like, oh, bet. And I was first trying to get started in Fortnite, and I was like, oh wow, I found someone I could play with because he streams every day. And then I think it was like maybe closer to Christmas, like October or like November. There was this YouTuber named Pitbull. Him and Matt did a collab stream, and then like a week or so after Pitbull said something, he gets banned. No one goes into his chat again. And then May of 2025 comes around. There's this another YouTuber named Logan. He says something to one of Matt's viewers, like one of Logan's friends did something. His friends. Matt politely told him to stop, I guess. And then Logan started cussing him out. Logan gets banned. So did like 50 of Matt's viewers.
May I ask, like, why were they banned?
They kept going into Logan's chat.
So he banned them for going into another content creator's chat?
It's like Lizette's ban. Like me, Via, and I think me, Via, and like maybe a Lee, I think, got banned. But
Why'd you get
you
banned?
know, because I kept going to Lizette's chat, and I didn't really go into his anymore. Banned because she let one of Matt's band players join the party and play with her.
Okay.
And then that became a not really an argument, but like a big like thing that happened for maybe like a week or like a day or two. And then Lizette gets banned. And then I asked Matt on stream, would I get banned if I went into Lizette's chat, if I kept going into a chat? He says no. I'm like, okay, so I can go into Matt's chat and Lizette's chat. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I could do that. And then it comes to like a couple days ago. Matt unadded me on Fortnite. So then I go into his chat. I said, Matt, did you want to add me? And then Jay Bishop says, well, duh, you're banned. So then he says I got banned because I kept going to Lizette's chat. So then now I'm banned.
And you would say
Because I kept
you're
going.
like a dedicated viewer, like you watched him for like quite a bit of time.
I watched him for a year.
Yeah.
I watched him for a year and like more than a month.
Even with your commitment to your viewership to him, you think that he kind of disrespected like how much you enjoy watching his content, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you would say that you were a pretty like consistent viewer.
Yes, like every day he streams, I was in his chat.
So,
Almost every YouTube short I commented.
so meaning that
And
even though you were like a pretty consistent viewer and were pretty dedicated.
I'm gonna pull up.
Do you know any like other people that got banned for specific reasons by any chance?
So I'm not sure if you know any of them, or anyone that is up to you. But I know Poppy, Dover, Iris. They got banned for let me see, what is it called? Poppy got banned for talking behind Matt's back. Let's see.
So that's an understandable ban. What about the
Yeah.
person that made fun of him for being bad at basketball?
Oh, Via. I don't really know a lot about that one, but I know Via got banned for saying that, and also he also kept going into Lizette's chat.
Okay.
So it's like,
I was also told that he treats people better that pay him more, like his viewers that pay him. Do you know anything about that?
so I don't really know anything about that, but I know that if someone paid him, then he would say a cuss word.
Okay.
And he's also family friendly, but if someone pays him, like memberships or like money,
So
then
it's just like a basic marketing scheme, basically.
yes, yeah.
I can understand that. Do you believe that your actions were deserved of a ban?
I wouldn't say a ban, but maybe like if he could have told me, if you keep give me a warning basically.
Yeah.
Then it's like, and I sent you the video.
Do you
too.
think it's fair that you didn't get to pick who you got to watch because of
No.
the fact that he didn't
So
like it?
Pitbull, I didn't really watch him as a YouTuber, so like I didn't really have like a connection or like a sense of like watching him every day, like I did with Matt. So like Pitbull gets banned, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna stay watching Matt.
Yeah.
Then it comes to Logan, maybe like 4, 5, 6 months before. Poppy, one of the band players, starts like telling me about Logan, how like we should sub to him and stuff. So I do that. And this is when he had like 600, 500 subs. And
Nice.
so I keep watching him, and then it's like, oh, okay. So, and I keep watching him because I added him on Fortnite. We're playing, and it's like he's a nice dude. He's funny. He's also pretty young, so it's like we can get like a connection going, and I
Yeah.
can keep watching him because he streams like every day. He like posts doesn't really post like short stuff, but he streams every day. It's like okay. So then when that happens, like I wouldn't they're not really they're kind of like friends, but like Poppy, Dover, Iris, Iris get banned, and that was probably the second hardest time. That was probably the second hardest I had to pick between uh Matt and then the banned person, because Logan, it's like I have him added. I do add that. Like he streamed Roblox, Fortnite, so I would do that, and I chose Matt still. And then it comes to July, like end of July, and then like early August. This is when Lizette got banned.
Yeah. So
So
something I noticed was like with this agreement that he has set with like certain content creators that I haven't heard anyone actually claim that they have agreed to making this like with him. Do you think it's fair to the viewers that this agreement is set in place, even though they mostly don't know about the agreement and never get a choice if they want the agreement or not? Do you think that part's fair or not?
no, I don't, because it's like having one of your favorite YouTubers start beef with another one of your favorite YouTubers,
Yeah.
and one of them ban the other, and tell like say, and you've been watching him for like a year or 2 years, and they don't really like know you personally, but they know you because you always watch him, comment,
Mhm.
you like, you basically like a diehard fan to both of them, and it's
S-
like another one of them gets like they ban them and say anyone from my community that goes in there is going to get banned. It's like having to pick between
Yeah.
like
Which if you're like if we're talking about streamers here watching like two different streamers, it shouldn't have to be like stressful of which one you should watch over another because it's like, they're both yours and you shouldn't have to be paranoid of like watching someone else because someone else doesn't want you to.
hmm yeah. It's like picking a favorite sport and then like, but then like playing your favorite game with like your best friend. It's like, and it's like the last time you'll see your friend before he moves. Like it's a hard thing to pick because you like both of them a lot,
Yeah.
but you want to do both of them, but you can't.
Yeah, didn't
Which
you
is
pay for
like,
his membership?
well, I never did,
Oh,
but I
okay.
would always try to talk to my dad to let me buy it. So
So
I
you were
think that was
fully
gonna happen.
investing into like
Yes, I
this
was.
content creator.
Yeah.
With you knowing what you would need to do to get back into Supermass community, would you take those actions to apologize to him and forcefully not watch Lizette and still support him?
Right now, probably not. When I first got banned, most likely yes.
And why is that?
Because Matt, I wouldn't say he's been with me through like hard times, but like
You still
last year
like
and
saw him as a friend
like
and
yes,
yeah.
and I was one of his like not favorite subscribers, but like most active. I'm always like almost always in streams, always in customs, new short or video posted. I'm commented, and it's like, boom. Like I'm not really most trusted, but like I'm one of the well known. So yeah.
Well, that's been helpful. Thank you so much. This is another individual that got banned from Supermat's stream and discussed to me the things that Supermat's done to others and to them personally. So let's get into what they said. They opened the conversation saying, okay, well, tell me about when you started not appreciating Supermat. They replied with the little things like the way he treats his viewers. He would treat certain people better than others just because they donate. And then I replied, okay, I can see how that can make someone feel a bit of lower importance. When did it really feel like the nail on the coffin for you? They replied, I'd say the signs started showing when he started making fun of a certain viewer on his streams that I am friends with, threatening to ban him every time he says something funny, so he has control. But the nail in the coffin was when somebody was in a lobby with one of his band players. He got so mad that he tried to blackmail her, saying if she didn't leave the party, she would be banned from his streams. He got all his viewers to go to her chat, slandering her name, calling her ugly, etc., all because she had one of his band players in her lobby. A friend would never do that kind of stuff to someone. Then I replied, okay, I understand. Do you think maybe I could get a way to contact her and ask questions about it, and keeping both of you anonymous? They said maybe you can get a hold of her, but she has told people from her streams she likes to keep situations like these off stream and not in the public eye. She didn't want others to be involved in a situation they weren't part of in the first place, unlike Supermat241. She said she's tried to talk to him off stream when this all unfolded, but he told his viewers that she doesn't care just because she didn't mention the situation in her stream after it happened, while all he wants to do is handle it on stream live in front of his viewers. I'm still in Matt's community and I'm very active on his streams, but things like these make me question the kind of streamer he is. Here's a look at the same thing that Supermat was doing with me. He was having his viewers come to me and tell me not to do a specific thing, controlling them in a sense, just like the individual said about how he had his viewers go and slander her, which was very disrespectful and toxic. I do not appreciate that in any way whatsoever. Here is further confirmation of him just trying to not make me to make this video. The individual is showing that the screenshots of their Discord communications, him saying, why is that miscreant guy going to make an exposing video on me, tell him to leave me alone, and he's going into my chat being very rude. I have only did that once to get his reaction out of him and see how he would treat me and how he would escalate the situation. Instead of trying to resolve it, he would just completely keep going at it instead of actually trying to diffuse any issue. And then further saying, also tell him not to make an exposing video as he's mad, and I told my viewers to not go in your chat even though that was our agreement. And this specific individual also said that they were not a part of this agreement. He was claiming that there was this agreement that he has had with a lot of streamers, but I've never seen any streamer actually say that they agreed to this agreement. It was something that he decided for everyone, which also just further shows how controlling he can be, and it's just honestly just shows so much toxicity that I myself could not deal with. But furthermore, it's just showing that he completely is just making me not want to make this video because he is hiding all of this instead of actually taking it upon himself and apologizing. And to be controlling to his viewers just shows that he is not for his community as much as he says he is. He's all in it for just himself, it seems. I'm not saying that this is all true, but from what I've seen, and from investigation of seeing how he treats people and the way he acts, and these aren't just my opinions, these are from other people I have talked to about this now. They have all said that Supermat has done these specific things, and it's just very controlling, and I just don't understand. If you aren't hiding anything, then why are you trying to make me not post a video about it? What are you trying to hide so much that it doesn't... if you have nothing to hide, then you shouldn't be scared of someone posting a video exposing you. Which this is not supposed to be an exposing video. This is just bringing light to what I have heard. I'm not saying this is true. From what I have heard, though, it seems like
all of the investigating, it seems like it all lines up, and to me, that this is mostly true, but again, this could be all speculation. I'm not telling you to go give him hate or anything. I do not advise to give him hate. That's not what I'm looking for. If you look on this video and try to go find his YouTube channel, please do not show him hate. That is not what I'm going for. I am just bringing light to what I am looking at and what I see from all of this.